Hi guys, and I just wanted to do another video on the Stomping Lands. If you remember last time, I managed to ride a Carnotaurus, and we've basically been over all the different things that you can do in the game. But I wanted to give you guys an update on the state of the game. Obviously, with it being in early access, knowing what you're buying into and what stage of development it's at is pretty important. So I thought, obviously I don't just want to talk to you about the game and... Oh shit. Okay. I didn't just want to do a video where I just talk about the game and run around in the forest, but so this video does have an objective, and basically what I'm going to show you is the Volcano, and there's a little secret at the bottom of that, and we're going to go there, and on the way there I'm just going to tell you what the current state of things is. So it was mentioned early on when the Stomping Land went into early access and people were able to buy it, that there would be weekly updates, or they could be expected to be weekly, in the words of the developers. And at first we did have weekly updates. They were mostly just things like optimization and slightly changing stuff, and they added the shields in. Well, I'm going the wrong way. Not huge changes. They did add, like I said, they added the shields in. What else did they add? Not much, basically, just small things. It was mostly optimization, and they said for the first few updates that's pretty much what it would be, just optimization changes. And eventually down the line they said that the first big content update they would add in was the Puertosaurus and the Catapult. And the Puertosaurus, by all accounts, was was quite far in development. I hate these guys so much. Yeah, so the Puertosaurus was apparently quite far in development, but it hasn't appeared yet. People have seen it on like in game, but it was buggy. It was like spawning out in the ocean. The animations weren't finished, and it was obviously unfinished, but it was in the game files, and it was spawning for some reason. But it's not officially been implemented in yet. Now, as I said, we had a few updates. I think there's about 3 updates, one every week, so it looked like things were off to a good start. And then we had nothing. There was no updates, no word from any of the devs. One of the guys on the Primal Carnage, on the Stomping Land forums, was basically a PR guy, was, you know, trying to get info up for us, saying what they're working on and stuff, but it was very vague. There wasn't a lot to go on, and that's pretty much been the case since. So when did this go into early access? What was it, May? And we haven't really had any significant updates, despite being promised, or at least led to believe, that there would be weekly updates, and there hasn't been. And, you know, fair enough. At first I was of the mind that, you know, this is early access. You bought into this knowing that it was still being developed. Things happen during development that you can't always plan for, and so you have to cut devs a lot of slack. You have to say, look, I know that they're going to hit, like, you know, obstacles, and it's going to delay things. That's a part of buying into early access games. You have to expect that. But if you are a small dev team and you're relying on your community building this game, well, not building the game, but, you know, communities have a huge involvement in how a game develops nowadays, with small games like Minecraft, and you know, obviously Minecraft had player-built mods put into it. A lot of things in Primal Carnage were implemented by popular demand, such as the Carnotaurus. So the fans do have a huge impact on how game development happens in small titles like this that are indie early access titles, and so you owe it to them, and it's wise to actually communicate with them. And if you don't, then you run the risk of poisoning your community against you, and unfortunately that's what's happened with this game. Here we are, here's the volcano. Let's have a quick look. So unfortunately the forums have been littered with the devs have abandoned this game, it's a scam, and you know, I don't blame them, but you do obviously have to remember what you were bought into originally. And I do think, at first I thought people would jump into conclusions. I mean, it was literally 2 weeks after we didn't have an update, people were like, oh, they've stopped developing the game, it's a scam. It's like, come on, it's been 2 weeks. But, you know, it's been about two and a half months now, and I'm starting to feel like, yeah, this is taking the mick a bit. It doesn't take long to go onto your forum and post, sorry for the delays, guys. We've changed something up, and we had delays, and so we haven't been able to hit the targets we initially led you guys to believe we would. Really sorry about that. We're working hard. Development hasn't ceased, and we hope to have something to you guys soon. We'll let you know update. We'll let you know as soon as we know something. That would have sufficed, but we haven't had anything. Nothing from the main developers. No indication as to what's going on. What might have slowed down development in the game? Nothing. I'm just gonna get down to this first ledge. It's not too hard, this volcano bit. There's a particular route you have to go. Oh. Okay, that wasn't it. I've gone the wrong way. That's where I want to go, down there. But I have to basically go around the entire volcano to do so. So yeah, it's a lot of people have basically given up on the game and decided this is a scam, I don't want anything to do with it. We're being conned, they've stopped development, etc, etc. Oh. There we go. And yeah, like I said, I don't blame them, but you also have to remember what you bought into. And that is an early access game, a game that is going to have you know, delays and such. I can't remember if this is the way I went. I'm going to try and go this way. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that these things happen, but it serves as a lesson to both us, the people that bought into it, and the devs, that you really do have to think about A, what you're buying into, and B, how you communicate with your community, because poor communication will sour the main audience of the main consumers of your game, which obviously you don't want. How the hell did you get down here? Nah. So yeah, bad decision on their part to not keep things keep fans in the loop, because it's definitely come back on them, and they're gonna have a hard time winning people around should a new update come out. Now I've just realised I've come in here without a torch, which was a colossally bad idea. So I guess I'm gonna have to try and get back up, make a torch. Balls. I really didn't think this one through. I'm pretty sure you can get back up the same way. It's been a while since I've been down here, so forgive me. Yeah, so it's not pretty at the moment. I mean, at least with Primal Carnage, they kept people in the loop, and you know, okay, they are working on it. But we've literally had nothing from the Stomping Land, and yeah, it's not good at all. But we did actually today or yesterday there was a post on Kotaku, and it was from Jig, one of the main guys behind the Stomping Land, and he basically said that the reason they are behind and they haven't had any updates or anything for the Stomping Land is because they've been moving it to Unreal Engine 4. Now, if they'd said that originally, it would have been fine. Like, that's not a big deal. That's good, you know. It's understandable that something like that is going to take a lot more work to do than just an update. But they didn't even bother going on forums and just saying, sorry for the lack of updates, guys. We've had a change of plans. We've decided to move the game across to Unreal Engine 4. Like, that would take 5 minutes to do, and they didn't bother doing that. And it's annoying because, as I said, you buy into an early access game thinking that you are going to see this game develop. That's the reason people buy into these early access games, is because they like the idea of a game where you're constantly getting little updates and it keeps you interested. And you know, that's what people expected, and for them to change their mind is fine, but you do want to keep people in the loop, and they haven't. And instead of actually posting on the forums, which, you know, these are the people you've pissed off. Oh, that was fucking close. They went to Kotaku, and that again probably wasn't a wise idea. You know, your forum is pissed off because you've not communicated with them, and the first time you do decide to you know, break your silence, it's speaking to a gaming website. It's like, those aren't the people that bought into your game. You want to calm your customers, the people that have given you money. Those are the people you should be pleasing, not Kotaku. So yeah, that's probably going to piss people off. It's a little annoying. I mean, I'm happy to know that they're actually doing something, and now we know why we've not had an update in ages. But they've handled it very poorly, and I really hope that this game isn't destroyed because of poor communication, because that's a terrible reason for a game to go down the shitter. It's not like the game itself is broken. Like, I'm playing around in it, I'm having fun, it's cool to explore, it's a beautiful looking game, it works, you know, there's something here that has a lot of promise, but they've just really completely dropped the ball when it comes to communication, and that's a real shame, because, as I said, it can be the death of many games. Here's the secret, by the way. This was the announcement of the Titan Boa being the 15th creature that will be added into the Stomping Lands. A day later, this was added into the game called in the patch notes. It was called Mural of the King or something like that, but no one knew what it was, and people were like, "What the hell is this?" And then obviously someone came down here and found it, and so we knew the Titan Boa was going to be added. And then there was an official forum post a few days later, showing the actual model of the creature that would be used in game, and it does look really, really cool. So yeah, I thought this was quite a nice little thing they added in. Beautiful artwork. I can't remember the name of the guy that does it, but his artwork's all over the forums if you go and check them out. And there's also tons of herbs down here, and this as well, so I'll get some expertise. How much have I got? Can't remember how you actually find out. 117? How the hell do I have that much? Oh well. I guess that means I can ride something then. Nice. Now I'll just have to try and get out of here without dying. So yeah, so basically there's been shitty development communication. We've had nothing from the devs about why the game's been not had any updates. The first update we get is because it's been moved to Unreal Engine 4, because there's not much support for Unreal Engine 3 now because it's an outdated engine, and I'm cool with this. This is a nice change. I just would have liked to have known about it, because then you can say, okay, that's why there's nothing happening. Cool, but not knowing is bad. Okay, it's night time. I was wondering what the hell's happening then. But not knowing is bad, because it's like, I really enjoy this game, and not knowing the future of it is not nice, because I do want it to succeed and I want it to be finished and whatnot, but they haven't kept us in the loop. At least at the time of this video, like I said, all we've had is shit. Oh well. I showed you the cave. I don't know what happened there, but it wouldn't let me move closer to the wall for a run up. Yeah, so there's been very poor communication, and in all honesty, if you are thinking of buying into this game, I'd wait a few months at the very least. Check up on the forums, keep an eye on things, see if there's any significant updates, but it's not worth buying into it at this point, because so far the devs have shown that they're not communicating, and I really wouldn't risk buying into something like that at this stage when there's not a steady flow of communication and updates going, because it doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, unfortunately. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, and I do believe they are still developing it, but they've lost a lot of confidence from me, and that's a real shame. And I know it's the same case with quite a lot of people. So hopefully, you know, in a month or a few months' time, we'll have something more substantial. Maybe they'll... I don't know how long it's going to take them to move this game across Unreal Engine 4. I really don't know how easy that is, or difficult. But you know, I just really think they need to pull their socks up and start communicating with people, because at the moment it's just a mess, and their whole community is turning against them. It'll get to the point where there's so few people that trust them as a developer that even if the game is in a really enjoyable state and there's a lot more to do, people just won't bother because they just don't have the confidence in it. They'll remember what happened and they won't buy into it. Or they'll read up, say, oh, do I want to get into this game? They'll read up the forums and they'll see all that shit about it, and they'll just be like, no, I'm not buying into this because clearly they've got problems. Okay, there's a flying arrow. That's not good. Oh, I think the collision boxes are a bit fucked up at the moment. That's why. I think that's why I fell off that rock. Well, ran off. They wouldn't let me get close up to it. Oh well. Yeah, so I would definitely wait a while before buying into this game. It's quite unfortunate, but hopefully they'll have some updates in the near future. If and when there is another update, I will post a new video, and hopefully I'll have something to show off. But so far, like I said, it's been a month or two since the last update. We have had little things, like, but not so much like things that are going to be added soon. Yeah, the collision boxes for the trees are messed up. I would really like an update telling us, you know, this is going to be out, this is going to be added, instead of this is the new dinosaur model that you may never see in the game. Because we've seen the new Gallimimus model, but, you know, we don't know when that's going to be added. So yeah, like I said, probably not worth buying into it at this point. I'd keep your money, but go on the forums, keep an eye on it, and hopefully down the line there'll be something interesting that I can show you guys in a new video. But until then, this is probably going to be my last video of the Stomping Lands for quite some time, until they do a new update. But once there is an update, I'll make a video of it, post it on here. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. But thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about Stomping Land, either post them in the comments below or go check out their forums. Just bear in mind, if you do decide to buy into this, regardless of what I've said or what you see on the forums, bear in mind that early access games, they might promise you things, but you have to be realistic and go, look, there's going to be things that go wrong, there's going to be obstacles that come up, it costs a lot of money and time to create games, and things will happen that threaten the development. And so you have to expect that and go, I'm not going to expect the world from these developers, I just want to be kept in the loop. The Stomping Land devs haven't done that, and that's the main problem I have. It wouldn't be bad if they went 8 weeks, 3 months without an update if they said why. And it, you know, that's fine, but they haven't, and that's the problem, rather than the fact they haven't done an update. Because, you know, you might not get updates in games, that happens sometimes. You just have to be realistic. I think a warning to the devs would be, don't promise things if you can't deliver them, and if you do change your plan, and you've told fans one thing and you decide to do another, actually tell them, keep them in the loop. Take 5 minutes out of your time to tell them, because that is just as vital as actually developing the game. Because it's all well and good you going and developing the game, but if you poison the community against you by bad communication and promising one thing and not delivering on it, then you're wasting your time, because you're just going to end up not having people playing your game because they don't trust you. They'll get sick of it, they'll get a bad feeling from playing it because you'll have poisoned them against you, and they'll just go off and play something else. So communicate with your fans better, and as fans of the game, just remember what you're buying into. But I hope you liked the video, guys. I know it's not had a lot, but I showed you how to get into the volcano and how to get out of it. Obviously minus dying. If you want to see more videos of this, even if there's not much more to show you, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let us know. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Take care.